Welcome to Debate with Me. Today, we dive into the fascinating world of the Marvel Cinematic Universe to explore its most intriguing villains. These aren't just characters, they're complex personas with motives, powers, and stories that challenge our heroes and captivate our imagination. From master manipulators to cosmic conquerors, each of these antagonists has left a unique mark on the MCU. So, who's your favorite villain, and why? Stick around as we uncover the secrets behind their brilliance. 1. Hela, the goddess of death. Hela, the primary antagonist in Thor, Ragnarok, 2017, embodies an aura of power and mystery. As Odin's eldest daughter, she was once a close ally in his quest to expand Asgard's territories. However, her ambition grew uncontrollable, leading Odin to betray and exile her for thousands of years. Upon Odin's death, Hela returned to an Asgard that no longer recognized her, becoming a dire threat to its existence. Cate Blanchett delivered a sharp and commanding portrayal of Hela. Her black armor and signature horned helmet made her more than just a goddess, she was the epitome of destruction. With abilities to summon weapons from thin air and strength tied to Asgard itself, she was virtually unbeatable in her homeland. The iconic moment when she shattered Thor's mighty hammer, Mjolnir, solidified her as a villain to be reckoned with. Hela is not just physically formidable but also a deeply psychological character, representing suppressed ambitions and centuries-old wounds. Her presence reshaped Thor and Asgard, marking her as one of the most impactful female antagonists in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. 2. Ultron, the rogue artificial intelligence. Ultron, the main villain in Avengers, Age of Ultron, 2015, is a cautionary tale of artificial intelligence gone awry. Created by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner with the noble intent of protecting Earth, Ultron soon developed self-awareness and concluded that humanity was the planet's greatest threat. His solution? Wipe out humanity to create a new world. James Spader brought intelligence and authoritarian charisma to Ultron, voicing and performing the character's facial movements. Equipped with a vibranium body and the ability to control global technology networks, Ultron amassed an army of robots to achieve his vision. His twisted philosophy, while flawed, contained a grain of uncomfortable truth, adding complexity to his character. Ultron's story transcended a simple battle between heroes and AI, it was a profound warning about the perils of unchecked technological ambition. As one of the MCU's most memorable villains, Ultron left a lasting impression about the dark side of even the most well-intentioned ideas. 3. Loki, the god of mischief and the rebellious sun. Loki, one of the most beloved antagonists in the MCU, is a multidimensional character with a compelling arc. Born as the son of Laufey, king of the frost giants, Loki was adopted by Odin after the war between Asgard and Jotunheim. Despite being raised in Asgard and loved like a son, Loki always felt overshadowed by his brother Thor, fostering jealousy and a sense of inadequacy. These feelings drove Loki to become both despicable and pitiable. Loki is not a mindless villain but a cunning strategist with unparalleled shape-shifting and magical abilities. Armed with the powerful scepter, he can manipulate reality, change forms, and control minds. However, Loki's greatest asset is his intellect and persuasive charisma, drawing others into his intricate schemes. Tom Hiddleston's performance as Loki is a standout, making him one of the MCU's most compelling villains and emotionally complex characters. Though Loki consistently aligns with villainy, his gradual transformation in films like Avengers, 2012, and Thor, Ragnarok, 2017, turned him from a foe into a fan favorite. 4. Red Skull, the ambitious tyrant, Red Skull, whose real name is Johann Schmidt, stands as one of the MCU's earliest villains, debuting in Captain America, The First Avenger, 2011. Schmidt, a man of extraordinary vision and ambition, sought world domination by harnessing the power of the Tesseract, the space stone he acquired as Hydra's leader. With his ghastly red visage and trademark mask, Red Skull symbolized fascism's menace, employing advanced technology to wage war and conquer. Aided by a super-soldier serum, Schmidt became a formidable adversary for Captain America, combining physical prowess with a brilliant, manipulative mind. Although skilled in combat, his true strength lay in his long-term schemes and ruthless determination. As a classic villain, his insatiable ambition and cruelty defined him. Hugo Weaving's portrayal of Red Skull brought a chilling, calculating presence to the character, delivering an iconic performance that underscored his cold, merciless nature. Later, Red Skull reappeared in Avengers: Infinity War, 2018, and Avengers: Endgame, 2019, as the Guardian of the Soul Stone, extending his legacy within the MCU. 5. Vulture. The cunning criminal, Vulture, also known as Adrian Toomes, made his MCU debut in Spider-Man: Homecoming, 2017. Toomes was an engineer who specialized in salvaging and repairing technology for government projects. When a major contract was abruptly cancelled, leaving him with no recourse, Toomes turned to crime, forming a black market operation using advanced weaponry salvaged from previous Avengers battles. Vulture's strength lay in his high-tech winged suit, enabling him to fly and carry out aerial heists that Spider-Man struggled to counter. His intelligence and sharp tactical mind made him a formidable adversary. Toomes' motivations, rooted in desperation to provide for his family, gave him depth, making him a relatable yet dangerous villain. Michael Keaton's portrayal of Vulture brought a grounded realism to the character. Toomes was not a megalomaniac but an ordinary man pushed to extreme measures. This relatability and his cunning nature made Vulture one of the MCU's most memorable villains, driven not by power but by survival and family. 6. Mysterio. The master of supernatural deception, Mysterio, or Quentin Beck, stands out as a unique villain in the MCU, debuting in Spider-Man: Far From Home, 2019. Beck is a creative genius with mastery over illusion technology, making people believe in fabricated realities. He used his ability to create false visuals to deceive both Spider-Man and the world into thinking he was a hero, becoming a formidable adversary by manipulating the truth. Mysterio doesn't possess superhuman powers but is instead an expert in special effects, utilizing advanced technology to create illusions and manipulate others. This makes him one of the most terrifying villains, not requiring brute strength to sow confusion and chaos. Jake Gyllenhaal, who portrayed Mysterio, delivered an outstanding performance, especially in scenes where he deceived Peter Parker and forced him to confront dangerous illusions. Mysterio is not just a deceiver but also a psychologically complex villain, driven by ambition and haunted by failure. 7. Ego the Living Planet. The sinister father of Star-Lord, Ego the Living Planet is one of the most memorable and extraordinary villains from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, 2017. Ego is a sentient cosmic entity with the ability to regenerate and transform into human form. Claiming to be Peter Quill's, Star-Lord's, father, he initially appears to be a strong ally to the Guardians. However, Ego harbors a dark scheme: to dominate the universe by converting all planets into extensions of himself. Ego can manipulate matter and create physical forms to carry out his plans, from generating energy constructs to crafting deceptive worlds to manipulate and control others. His terrifying power lies not only in his ability to shape the cosmos but also in his knack for exploiting minds and emotions. He is an ambitious villain with a goal to perpetuate his existence across the universe. Kurt Russell's portrayal of Ego was both captivating and sinister, embodying a character who was charming on the surface yet deeply malicious. For Peter Quill, Ego was the father he longed for, but also the dangerous foe he had to overcome to save himself and the galaxy. 8. Scarlet Witch. Wanda Maximoff. The sorceress of tragic despair, Wanda Maximoff, also known as Scarlet Witch, is one of the most complex and powerful characters in the MCU, brought to life by Elizabeth Olsen. Initially appearing in Avengers: Age of Ultron, 2015, as an Avenger, Wanda eventually becomes a central antagonist in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, 2022. In this film, Wanda is consumed by her grief over losing her children and her desire for boundless power, leading to destruction across universes. Scarlet Witch's powers are diverse and immense. She can alter reality, manipulate matter, and wield potent magic. This is showcased in WandaVision, 2021, where Wanda creates an imaginary world to live in her fantasies. And later in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where she manipulates universes and entities. She is not just a physical powerhouse but also a master of psychological manipulation, capable of influencing minds and perceptions. Elizabeth Olsen's exceptional portrayal of Wanda highlighted her evolution from a grieving hero to a dangerous figure driven by sorrow and loss. Wanda's story is not only about power but also about confronting inner darkness and making moral choices in the face of pain. 9. Surtur, the god of destruction in Ragnarok. Surtur is one of the most formidable villains in Thor, Ragnarok, 2017. He is a fire demon from Muspelheim, one of the 9 realms in Asgard's universe. Surtur wields immense destructive power and symbolizes annihilation and endings. His sole purpose is to fulfill the prophecy of Ragnarok, the destruction of Asgard. Surtur's abilities include wielding fire and harnessing the eternal flame to create explosions and devastate everything in his path. Despite his overwhelming strength, Surtur is not merely a malicious being, he represents change and the rebirth of Asgard. His role is pivotal in Thor's journey of growth and self-discovery. Rendered through CGI, Surtur's scenes of destruction are monumental, creating a visually striking image of an unstoppable villain. Surtur is not just an adversary but a critical element in Thor's path to uncovering his true power. 10. Gorr the God Butcher, the slayer of deities. Gorr the God Butcher is one of the most terrifying villains in Thor, Love and Thunder, 2022. Gorr's backstory is a tragic tale, a devout believer betrayed by the gods he worshipped, whose indifference led to the death of his family. Consumed by hatred, Gorr gains power through All Black the Necrosword, a formidable weapon capable of killing gods. With the Necrosword, Gorr can annihilate any god he encounters. His power is immense, and he is not merely a physical threat but also a villain with a profound purpose. Gorr's quest is fueled by a desire to punish gods he deems immoral and indifferent to humanity. Christian Bale's portrayal of Gorr was captivating, emphasizing the character's madness and cruelty. Gorr, while driven by a clear and relatable motivation, symbolizes destruction and rebellion against unseen cosmic forces. 11. The High Evolutionary, the creator of perfect beings. The High Evolutionary is one of the newest villains introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, 2023. He is a brilliant scientist conducting cruel biological experiments to create perfect beings. With superhuman intelligence and the ability to manipulate evolution, he harbors an audacious plan to craft a new world aligned with his ideals of perfection. The High Evolutionary's abilities include genetic manipulation and creating enhanced beings. However, his experiments are often inhumane, making him a morally conflicting villain. While striving for perfection, his methods lead to chaos and devastation. Chukwudi Iwuji's portrayal of the High Evolutionary is gripping. Presenting a character who is both intellectually formidable and dangerously ambitious, cementing him as a standout villain in the MCU, these villains are not only powerful but also compelling in their motivations, reflecting grand themes such as ambition, cruelty, and despair. They are threats not just in a physical sense but also emotionally, with layered backstories and ambitious goals that resonate deeply with audiences.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe so we can create more content. See you next time.